Start standing. Welcome to functional flow today. So a combination of functional movement, mobility, and yoga. We'll start with our feet about hip width distance apart and take a moment to arrive in this standing posture. Close your eyes. And if it feels like something that calls to you, in order to find your center, begin to sway forward and back to the front of your feet and the back. Playing with where you are in space, and now side to side. You can also introduce some circling around the circumference of your feet. This is our way of arriving, landing, switching directions, exploring our foundation, our feet, until you begin to find your sense of center, possibly exploring bringing a little bit more weight into your heels as you allow the heels of your pelvis, your sitting bones, to be heavy towards the ground, towards the heels of your feet. And notice what it feels like to be in your body right here, right now, without any judgments or expectations. Every time we step on our mat is different. And as you feel the points of contact of your feet on the ground, feel the ground meet your feet at those points of contact. And then press those points of contact down and root down, rising up through the chest as you lower the shoulder blades, lifting up the sternum and relax your jaw. And keeping your eyes closed or soft gaze, couple more minutes. A couple more cycles of breath. Be right back. You can slowly open your eyes. And let's warm up first, circling with the chin. Go side to side. And bring your chin to center and turn your chin to the right and to the left. We're addressing different joints throughout the body. And now chin up and down. And now bring it to your shoulders, doing 6 shoulder circles, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. And after you've done your 6 circles forward and back, use the entire length of your arms and swim it back 6 times each direction. Allow the movement to be compassionate. So make sure you're moving with love, that you're not forcing any sort of range of movement. 6 times each direction. And after your last round, little fun for the brain, you're going to circle your right arm forward. So get the right arm going first, and then the left arm goes backwards. And you can allow the movement to be as if you're moving through molasses or honey, or if you want, let it go and allow the arms to swing more freely. And then we'll bring it to center and then switch. So left arm forward and right arm back. We do that about 6 to 8 times. Then bring it to center and extend your arms out to the sides. Internal and external rotation. So the thumbs, you can make like this, point down and then up. So as the thumbs come up, they point back, and then as they point down, they reach down to the ground and back for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release your arms to the side. Interlace your hands, warm up the wrists, circle the wrist around. 6 to 8 times each direction. And using all this movement and circular exploring as a way to move up the joints, like oil for the Tin Man, for the woman. After you've done 6 to 8 each direction, hands to your hips, feet a little bit wider, and circle your hips around. 6 to 8 times each direction. Bringing a sense of fluidity and adaptability in your joints, in your hips. 6 to 8 times, maintaining that sense of groundedness through your feet. We're exploring with this circular movement more three-dimensional acknowledgement of movement possibilities that often get neglected in our linear modern day living. And after your 6 to 8 on the second side, feet hip-width distance apart, shift the weight into your left leg and circle your right ankle. 6 to 8 times each direction. Feel free to hold on to a chair or the wall, or you can bring your arms to the side for balance. And then we'll bring in the center. Feet hip-width distance apart. Release the arms at your sides. And we'll come into mountain pose extended to lift the heels as you reach your arms on up. And you're going to give yourself a pat on the back. Bend the elbows, pat on the back for showing up for yourself today. And then lift the arms up, and on your exhale, lower the heels and lower your arms. Inhale, lift the heels, pat on the back for having the strength and enthusiasm to show up today, and release it down. 6 to 8 more times. Rhythm of your own breath. It's all good to dance. Today's practice is about finding your balance. Really, balance is about embracing the ebb and flow of your internal landscape and your external landscape, right? Rather than thinking of it as some kind of destination that you need to arrive at. Right, we have this dance, and we're always dancing back to center. And after your last round, you keep the heels on the ground. Reach the arms up, same thing here, pat on the back. And then interlace your fingers, press the palms up, and lean to the left as you turn your gaze to the right. And then inhale, come up, pat yourself on the back. Exhale, press the palms up, lean to the right, and turn your gaze to the left. And do that a couple more times. Let's do 3 more times each side. Really lengthening and extending as you side bend. Maintaining a sense of groundedness through the feet, especially the side in which you are leaning away from. And after your last round, we'll meet with the arms by the sides. A couple rounds of half sun A's. Root down, rise up, inhale. Exhale, bring your hands through your heart, and then hinge at your hips, bend the knees, and fold forward. And a couple cycles of breath as you unload your spine, release your head. And think of one thing today that you can let go of that is not serving you positively. You can thank it for serving you positively at some point. Come into a halfway lift, your halfway lift. Inhale. And exhale, fold forward. And then root down, rise up, extended mountain pose. And exhale, hands to your heart. Release the arms, root down, rise up. And exhale, folding. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Root down, rise up, extended. And exhale, hands to your heart 3 more times. Rhythm of your own breath. 3 to 4 more times. Have this opportunity to check in with your rhythm today. And we'll meet at the top of the mat in mountain pose. Feet hip width distance apart. And we'll add on, root down, rise up, inhale. And as you exhale, hands to your heart and fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Step your right foot back into a low lunge, lower your back knee down. And you're going to take your right foot behind you to the left. So you're going to open up to the right, left forearm to left thigh, and right arm to your side. And pat up your bottom knee, your right knee if you need to. And begin to lower your hips and lift up. So you get a little bouncy here. And then swing the arm, your right arm. Yeah, just press the right button. Swing your arm for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Swing the arm all the way over your ear as you let the hips lower. Flip the right palm down and left hand inside of your left foot. Press down through the right knee and press your pelvis slightly forward and spin the chest towards the sky and breathe. For 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release both hands to the ground. Lift the right foot and reach it back behind you. Take your hands to your hips and then hug front foot to back knee. So make sure you're not sinking through the pelvis. You're like hugging in so you're not collapsing to the lower back. Then reach the right arm up. And as you exhale, right elbow to the outside of the left knee to tap. And then reach back on up. And exhale to tap as you turn to the left. 3 more times. Tapping. And after the last round, hook the right elbow outside of left thigh, open your right palm and rest your chin in the open palm. And keep looking to the outside of your left foot. And then pull that outer left hip back. Lengthen the right side body forward, stay here, or press to the left heel, curl the back toes under, and lift the back knee. Top of the right thigh bone lifts up. For 3, 2, and 1. Release both hands down to the ground and step right foot forward into forward fold. Let that go, swing side to side. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Root down, rise up. Inhale. And exhale, hands to your heart. Other side. Root down, rise up. Inhale. And exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. And as you exhale, step your left foot back into that low lunge. Left knee down, left foot back behind you, right forearm to right thigh, and left arm to the side. And begin to bounce, kind of lowering your hip forward and back. And then add the swinging of your left arm. So again, it can be more controlled as you move through molasses or honey, or allow the arm to swing more freely from the shoulder socket. More freely from the shoulder socket. You can think of releasing anything you're carrying that's not yours to carry from the inner shoulder out to the fingertips, and we'll meet with the hips, reaching more forward, and sweep the left bicep over the left ear. And stay here, or right fingertips, front hand inside front foot, press through the back knee, and then pelvis slightly push forward. So you're turning to the left, And spin the chest towards the sky for 3, 2, and 1. Both hands down. Low lunge, left foot back. Hug the legs together as you lift on up. Right hand stays to right hip, left arm up. Inhale, and as you exhale, tap left elbow to the outside of right knee, and then lift back on up. And exhale. 3 more times. Rhythm of your own breath. And the last round, left elbow hooks outside of right thigh, open left hand, rest your chin there, and keep the gaze to the outside of your right foot. Right shoulder blade to the back of your heart, broaden through the collarbone, stay here, curl the back toes under, press to the right knee, as you lift the top of the left thigh bone up, belly and ribs towards the back body for 3, 2, and 1. Releasing both hands down to the ground and step it back into downward facing dog. Begin to pedal it out. And then lift your heels, bend your knees, rolling dog. So roll it forward into plank. And then bend the knees, circle it back. Do that 3 to 4 more times. Rhythm of your own breath. And after your last round, walk your hands all the way back to your feet, coming into ragdoll. Rest of your feet, roll up through the spine. And as the last thing to come on up, and you just stay at the back of your mat, interlace your hands, press the palms forward, lift on up, and keep the right leg forward and step your left leg back. Now bend the right knee, and like we did before, but now you're taking one leg behind the knee. And then take your hands, palms to the back of your head, elbows wide, shift the weight into your right foot, and then left knee to left elbow. And dance between those 2 shapes. Best you can, acknowledging the postures in between the postures as you embrace the dance, as you explore yourself, these 2 shapes in space. We'll do 3 more on this side. Again, nothing needs to be too crisp or defined. And if there's a variation that feels more like you, go for it. With any of this, if there's a variation or shape that I haven't suggested. And then we'll meet finding center. Release your arms. Interlace your hands the awkward way. Palms forward. Lift on up. Step your right foot behind the left. Bend the left knee. Get a nice little side stretch to the right side. Then take your hands to the back of your head. Shift the weight into your left foot. Right knee towards right elbow. You can play with the pace if you want. And again, it's all good to dance and to fall. And again, we're not trying to make anything too crisp. We're not trying to achieve one thing. We're approaching this more from a place of curiosity of how we can move through space in our non-conventional ways. 2 more. Create a little internal yoga buzz in the process. And your last round, both feet down, and release your arms. Reach your arms up, root down, rise up. Exhale, hands through your heart and fold. Walk your hands forward, downward facing dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees. And as you exhale, step your right foot forward. Spin your back foot flat, rise up into your warrior 2. And find your power in the path. Press down through your feet. And straighten out the front leg. And you're going to bring both heels in, both toes out. Best you can if you have the heels in the same line. Interlace your hands behind your head again. And you're going to circle down to the right, bending your right knee a little or a lot. Pass through center, shift the weight to the left leg, and then press down on the inhale, back of the head into your hands. 2 more times to the right. Own breath. And then 3 times to the left. Right, you're maintaining this sense of groundedness even as you let go at the bottom. And this sense of rooting down, rising up, press your head back, come back on up. Just standing, release your arms at your sides, interlace your hands behind your back, parallel your feet. Lengthen through the spine, lift up through the chest. As you exhale, folding forward. Then come halfway lift, keep a long spine here, shoulder blades on your back, bend your right knee on the exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Go side to side action here. Be mindful that your chin is tucking slightly in towards your chest through the movement. And belly and ribs soften to the back body. 2 more times, each direction. Be mindful you're not collapsing through the joints. Right? So there's an element of pressing down through the movement. You're not locking the joints at the top. Pressing through the heels as well. Bring it to center and fold. And then release your arms to the ground, any variation you like. Hands below shoulders or outer ankles or shins. Strengthen the legs, but make sure you're not dumping into the back. Make sure your hips are dumping back. Keep softness in the back of the knees as you shift the weight slightly forward. And then energize, pull energy up from the inner seam of your leg and the outer seam of your leg. Soften your hip creases, soften the base of your ribs. Shoulder blades away from your ears. For another 3, 2, and 1. Halfway lift, inhale. Walk your hands to the front of the mat. Step it back into downward facing dog. Either stay in down dog or 3 rolling dogs. The plank, bend the knees as you push your hands down and forward. As you reach your hips back. Downward facing dog, bent knees, and left foot forward. Then the back foot flat. Warrior 2. So find your warrior pose, breath or 2. Soft gaze, pass the middle finger of your front hand And straighten out the front leg. And heels in, toes out, interlace the hands behind your head. Start with the left side, same thing we did before. 3 times each direction. Maintain a sense of self and center. Belly and ribs soften to the back body. Through the movement. And maintaining contact of the 4 corners of your feet on the ground through the movement. The weight may be shifting through the 4 corners of the feet. Best you can, maintaining contact with the earth. And we'll release arms to the side. Bring your feet parallel and slightly more narrow. Bend your right knee a lot as you place left hand on your right foot. Left fingertips face to the right and left shoulder over left wrist. So be mindful that the left shoulder is not hanging out to the left. Bring left shoulder over left wrist. Best you can. Right knee bent. Reach your right sitting bone back. Press through both feet. Right arm to the sky. And press to the outer edge of the left foot and spin your chest even more to the sky. For another 3, 2, and 1. Press to the feet. Stand tall, arms to the side. Other side, bend the left knee, right foot on right hand on left foot. Right fingertips face to the left. Right shoulder over right wrist, left arm up. Press to the outer edge of the right foot. Spin your chest to the sky. Broaden through the collarbones for 3, 2, and 1. Mindfully as you can, standing tall, lift up. Interlace your hands behind your back. Bend your elbows. Bring the heels of the hands together. Thumbs, I'll change angle, press into your sacrum. Lift your armpits up, roll the collarbones open, and energetically pull your hands apart to get more broadening through the chest. And best you can, keep that. Lift the fists a little away from your back body. Keep the openness through the collarbones and the chest. Squeeze your arms towards straight. Keep the elbows micro bending for this variation as you pull your hands apart. And folding forward, release your head. You don't have the support of your hands, so make sure you have the support of your legs to support your spine. Another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release the hands. Halfway lift, walk your hands to the front of the mat. Step it back, down dog, or 3 rolling dogs forward. 3 rolling dogs. And after your last round, walk your hands to the back of the mat. Bring your hands to your hips. Shoulder blades on your back, elbows to the sky, long spine, press down and come all the way up to standing. So where you are, or if you want, you can step to the middle of the mat, tree pose. For this variation, we're going to try to lift the foot without the hand, but if you want, you can use the hand as well. So right leg will be the standing leg, hands to hips, turn your left toes to the left, and a couple times sliding your left leg, left foot up, and lowering it down. We'll do it about 5 times here. So you might feel some talking back in your left hamstring. We're not using our hands, so we can introduce this concept of lifting our foot up in a more functional way. And then wherever your foot lands on the 5th round, let it stay there. It is okay to have your foot on your knee unless you have some knee issues you may need to adjust. And then bring your hands to your heart. You don't always have to go for the deepest variation. This is a more functional way approach to setting up for tree pose. The other variation is great as well. This is just a different way. Staying here, or open your arms out wide, palms up. And then hug the outer hips in, stay here, or reach the arms up. You can bring the palms together. 1 soft point of focus. Another 3. Lift those frontal hip points. 2, and 1. Mindfully as you can, releasing your hands and releasing your foot. Shake it out, bounce around a little bit. Rinse cycle. And switching sides. So left leg is standing leg, right toes out, hands to hips. Now be mindful you're not getting too sassy in that left hip, like the outer left hip in. And slide your right foot up and down. Total of 5 more times. This side might be really different. So this is active flexion of your knee, using your hamstrings, 5th round, wherever it lands. Let it be there. Hug into your midline. So again, outer left hip in, hands to heart. Lift the frontal hip points as you engage the pit of your abdomen in and up. Shoulder blades down the back, lift your heart and relax your jaw. Stay here or open the arms out wide, palms up. Stay here or reach the arms on up. Whatever kind of tree you want to be. You do a little tree in the wind for 3, 2, and 1. Mindful as you can. Release your hands and release your feet. Shake it out if you like. Make your way to the top of the mat. I'm going to do a lunging chair series. I'll show you from a couple different angles. So first we'll start off in extended mountain pose. Inhale, exhale, and fold. I'll come into a halfway lift. As you exhale, step your left foot back, left fingertips on the ground, and then right arm to the side. This will be fun for the brain as well. Now press with your right foot. Step your left foot forward, and now right hand to right shin, and left arm will be out to the side like it was in the lunge. Again, stepping the left foot back, left fingertips down, right arm to the side. Step it into a halfway lift, left arm to the side, right hand to right shin. And do that 3 more times. Rhythm of your own breath. And feel free to touch down on the ground, hover, or even use a chair. And then 3rd round, let's keep that low lunge and then press to the heel, lift the belly and ribs, left arm out to the side as well. Breathe your outer right hip back. For 3, 2, and 1. Hands to the ground, step the left foot forward and let that go. Even flutter your lips a couple times. Figure it out, yes and no. If you want, you can make light fists and compassionately pound that out. And we'll do the other side. So first, halfway lift, long spine. It's like a locust pose. And as you exhale, right foot back, right fingertips can touch down, left arm to the side. Then press through your left heel. Come into halfway lift. Now left hand to left shin, right arm to the side. It's like a half airplane. Left foot back. And you're going to do that a total of 5 more times. So as you step the right foot back, left arm out to the side. And as you step forward, right arm out to the side. Or feel free to take the regular halfway lift. We'll meet with right foot back. Hug the legs in towards each other. So hug into the core of the pelvis. Then press down from the core of the pelvis, lengthen the legs, and extend both arms out to the side. And that airplane going somewhere. For 3, 2, and 1. Hands to the ground, step the back foot forward. Woo, and let that go. Flutter the lips a couple times. Shake the head out, yes and no. Halfway lift. Exhale, hands on the ground, step back into plank. Imagine that you are in mountain pose here. So press the heels back, press the hands down. Shoulder blades down your back, heart forward. And back of the skull long. For 3, 2, and 1. Knees down to the ground. Knees below your hips. Belly and ribs in. Shoulders away from ears. Right leg lifts back. And left arm reaches forward. Breathe here, pull the outer left hip back. For 3, 2, 1. Left hand down, right knee down. Switch sides. Left leg back. Right arm forward. Breathing here. Soften front of the body to the back. And switch. Right leg back. Belly and ribs in. For 3, 2, 1. Switching sides. Right arm forward, left leg back. Belly and ribs in for 3, 2, and 1. One more time. Reaching left arm forward, right leg back for 3, 2, and 1. Switching sides, right arm forward, left leg back for 3, 2, and 1. Hands down to the ground in child's pose, just for a breath or 2, 3 breaths. Reconnect to that internal support system. Now slide it forward onto your belly. Turn your head to the right. And bring your arms back behind you. Elbows bent, back of the hands on your lower back. Lift the shoulders away from the ground. Sweep your right arm forward, right palm facing in. Look forward and lift your left leg up. And turn your head now to the left as you come back to that starting position. Lift the shoulders away from the ground. Whatever side you're turning your head to, that's the arm that's going to reach forward. So left arm forward, right leg lifts. Keep the back of the skull long. Turn your head the opposite direction, lower down. Right arm forward, left leg lifts. Lower down, turn your head to the left. Left arm forward, right leg lifts. And turn your head to the right. Do that 2 more times, rhythm of your own breath. Really waking up our back body. Our back body needs to be awakened. We do a lot of movement in the front body, so we're evening out our habitual patterns of movement and being. And it's also a nice gesture to show ourselves that we have our own back by strengthening and waking up the muscles of our back body. And after your last round, forehead to center, hands by the sides of your ribs. First, roll the shoulders onto your back, shoulder blades onto your back. Curl your toes under, reach the heels back so the knees lift up, and then drop your pubic bone down, press your pubic bone down, and you can lift your face to hover, and then imagine that you're lifting from the back of your kidneys, press on up. Downward facing dog, pedal it out, move it any way that feels more like you. And then lift your heels, bend your knees, and step your right foot forward. And pausing here, and then reach your arms out to the sides, in that airplane, and now shift the weight into your right leg. Keep a bend in your right knee, lift the left leg, active left leg, and flex. Shoulder blades on your back, back of the skull long, and then fill up your back body with your breath to invite more sense of buoyancy in your inner body as you press to the right leg, left leg back, back of the skull forward for 3, 2, 1. Stay here, reach your arms forward, palms together for 3, 2, and 1. Hands to the ground, step it back, downward facing dog, nice work. Pedal it out, and now we'll switch sides. Lift your heels, bend your knees, and step your left foot forward. Take your time setting up. Unhurried, unrushed. Reach the arms to the side, palms facing down. Back of the skull long. Begin to shift the weight into your left leg, active right leg. As you lift, active right foot. And again, inviting in a sense of buoyancy by bringing more breath to the back of the waist towards your kidneys. Shoulder blades towards your hips, reaching the sternum forward. Stay here or reach your arms forward. You can bring palms together. For 3, lift the armpits. 2, and 1. Lower down, step it back. Nice work, downward facing dog. Feel free to pull it out. Okay, in your downward facing dog, keep pressing down through your left hand. You're going to reach your right fingertips forward, so tent up the fingertips. Lift your left leg. Pull the outer right hip back. Stay here. Lift your left armpit or reach your right arm forward. For 3, sense of humor is important. 2, and 1. Both hands down, pedal it out. Switching sides, left fingertips forward, right armpit lifts. Firm right hand into the ground. Right leg lift, stay here, or lift your left fingertips. For 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. One more variation. Right fingertips tent, left leg lifts. Lift the right hand or reach the right arm back. For 3, 2, 1. Right hand down, bring your left knee forward for half pigeon pose. Surprise. Left knee outside of left wrist. Slide your right leg back. You can stay here or lower down to your favorite half pigeon today. Just be mindful you're not completely collapsed. There's a relative activity of hugging front knee to back knee. You can use a block, a chair, or a pillow underneath your forehead, or a stack like this on top of each other. Again, special attention back to the back body. And slowly make your way back up onto your hands and knees. No rush. Doesn't have to be pretty or graceful. Many steps as you need. Pedal it out, downward facing dog. And this time, left fingertips tent, right leg lifts, lift the right armpit, left arm forward, or reach the left hand back. For 3, 2, and 1. Left hand down, right knee outside of your right wrist. This variation does not feel good for your knee. You can lie down and do supine fishing. Reconnecting to your breath. Explore wrapping the tailbone. May or may not feel more grounded for you as you lift the belly and ribs to the back body. You may need to lift up a little bit higher. Relax the shoulders, keep the back of the skull nice and long. Remember to breathe, the drama tends to bubble up when we forget to breathe. For another 3, 2, and 1. Mindfully as you can, hands to the ground, downward facing dog. And to pedal it out. And lower the knees down. Cross at your ankles. Make your way to seated position. And feet as wide as the mat. Just a couple of seated windshield wipers here, side to side. Another 3, 2, and 1. Knees to center, feet hip width distance apart. And then walk the hands a little bit more inward, fingertips facing out. You can have your fingertips facing out, or you can have them facing forward. Actually, let's do the fingertips out. And then lift the armpits, roll the collarbones open. Keep the heart lifted. Okay, so you're gonna keep the heart lifted and then press with the heels and lift your hips. So keep the heart lifted, press to the heels. You can look forward or head slightly back for 3, 2, and 1. Mindful as you can, releasing. And keep the length in the spine, lower back in and up. Reach one arm forward and then the other, and now roll it down. So you're gonna roll it down, tailbone forward, best you can, one vertebrae at a time, all the way onto your back. And we'll do a variation or 2 of bridge pose. Keeping that awareness of the back body supporting you. For this variation, bend your elbows, 90-degree angle, fingertips to the sky. Snuggle your shoulder blades to the back of your heart. Slight chin towards the chest. Now press elbows, or rather shoulder blades down, elbows down, roof of the mouth down. Keep the softness in your hip creases as you press to the heels. Lift the hips. And now press to the heels, engage your sitting bones, and belly and ribs soften down. And now energetically broaden through the chest, Interlace your hands underneath your hips. And then snuggle your shoulder blades closer in towards the back of the heart. Now the knuckles reach towards your heels, but your heels energetically pull back towards your hips. And make sure the lifting comes from the hips, not from the ribs. So soften the ribs. Press to the shoulders, press to the elbows, press to the fists. Press the roof of the mouth down. Pull the heels back for 3. Breathing 2, 2, and 1. Mindfully as you can. Releasing. Let the knees rest in towards each other. One hand to your heart, one to your belly. You can play around with that variation or another variation of bridge. I'm going to cue wheel if you want to play. Meet yourself where you are. The setup will be the same for this one. So knees pointing straight up, heels in line about with your sitting bones. Snuggle your shoulder blades to the back of the heart. Maintain length through the sides of your body. So there's like a slight lifting of your armpits towards your ears, and then shoulder blades to the back of the heart. Pressing shoulders down, elbows down, roof of the mouth down. And keeping the heart expansive to the chin. Press through your feet, lift your hips. Okay, and belly ribs soften down. Stay here, or do the variation of interlacing your hands underneath your hips, or elbows to the sky as you place your fingertips underneath your shoulders. Lift the hips a little bit higher. Press out to the feet. Press through the hands to only come onto the top of the head. Then elbows come close together. Pulling your shoulder blades back. Keep that. And then lift the hips up higher as you press down through your feet. And your hands reaching your heart towards the back for 3. Curling back the head back 2. And 1. Mindfully as you can. Lowering down. Knees again rest in towards each other. One hand to your heart, one to your belly. We'll allow your breath to settle. Relax your jaw. And then release your arms to the side. Couple windshield wipers. Side to side with your knees in a lying down position. And let's bring it to center. Lower your knees to the right. Slide your left foot to the left until your left thigh bone, left knee straight out from the left hip. Flex your left foot. Right thigh, or rather right ankle over left thigh bone, as long as it doesn't bother your knee. Stay here or reach your arms overhead and opposite hand to opposite tricep, so your biceps right in your face. Hit of the abdomen in and towards your head, reaching your left knee forward for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. Arms to the side, uncross right ankle, slowly. And switch sides. Knees to the left. Flex your right foot, 90-degree angle between your right knee, your right shin, and your right thigh bone. Stay here, left ankle over right thigh. Reach the arms up. You can grab on again, opposite tricep. Hit the belly in and towards your head, reaching that right knee forward. For another 3, 2, and 1. Mindful as you can, releasing. Bringing the knees and feet hip width apart. Right ankle over left thigh. Stay here. Left knee pulls in to that left side of your chest rather than the center of your chest. Drop the shoulders and the sitting bones. And slowly releasing. Switching sides, left ankle over right thigh. Hug in. Right knee to right shoulder. And breathe. Begin to relax your jaw. Slowly releasing both feet to the ground. Any other shape you feel like you need. Happy baby. 6 to 8 cycles of your own breath. Happy baby, or a supine twist might be nice after back bending. And so you can take your knees to the left, turn your head to the right, arms out to the side. Breathing fully into your back body, whatever shape you're taking. Maintaining length in the back of your skull. You can switch sides. And we'll meet center. And you can feel free for this next little observation of the breath practice to lie down or to be seated. It could be in your resting pose. Knees could be resting in towards each other, arms to the side, legs to be straight, or a comfortable seated position. And your resting pose to bring awareness to your breath. A little bit of a practice here with breathing in and out through the nose. First, take the tip of your tongue. We also have to balance out our habitual patterns of movement in our tongue, in our speech, in our expression. You take the tip of the tongue up to the roof of your mouth and place it for this variation just behind your top teeth. And allow the hinge of the jaw to relax. And bring awareness to your breath if it's accessible to you. Noticing how the breath is moving in and out through your nostrils. And notice if the air is flowing more freely through right side or left side. And if there's one side that is moving, the air is moving less freely, focus on breathing in and out of that side. Focus breathing in and out of the side where the air is not moving or not flowing as freely. Three more times on that side. Allow the breath to flow freely through both sides evenly. Allowing. May or may not be the case. Allow there to be a permission to flow freely and evenly between both sides of your nostrils, both sides of your brain. 3 more cycles. And last round, allow your tongue to rest onto the floor, in your mouth and your jaw. And then move the jaw around a couple times as you allow the breath now to breathe you. You can change your shape in space. About another 30 seconds of resting pose. But feel free to linger longer if you need to, or you're able to, or you have the opportunity to. Let the bones of your face be heavy to the back of your skull. Empty the space in between your ears as you soften from the inside out. Your your bones be heavy below the ground. Your body is melting and spreading across the floor. And stay here again as long as you're able to or would like. Slowly deepen your breath, bringing movement back to your fingers and your toes. Turn your head side to side. And awareness, draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug of gratitude. Gratitude for this radical act of self-care. Awareness, roll on over to whatever side you like. Make your way on up to a comfortable seated position. We'll meet with the hands overlapping on top of the heart. The one thing in your life that you are grateful for, no matter how big or small. We'll end together one cleansing breath. First, empty out all the air from your lungs. Inhale your heart towards your hands as you fill on up. Keep your heart lifted. Exhale, ha. And as always, gratitude for practicing together. May it all be a benefit to us and everybody else around us. Namaste. Thank you. Feel good. Feel free to go